All right, today we have Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane. Now, I don't know anything about the Book of Boba Fett, but I do know Cad Bane. This is the retro collection by Kenner / Hasbro. It's got a assortment of 6870 or 74, and it is the number F8569. It was bought at Ross for $3.99. There's a UPC in case you're actually looking for this one. There's also available Luke Skywalker in the Jedi Academy, the Mandalorian, the Fennec Shand, Boba Fett, Dune Sea, and Tusken Warrior, Grogu, whatever the heck that is, and then there's Cad Bane. Now, the reason I actually picked this is because, number one, Cad Bane was always awesome. Number two, I'm always losing that hat. My figure that I'd had before this one is extremely articulated. This one is more like the figures I played with when I was a kid back in the 70s. It doesn't bother me to have these figures. Some people, it bothers them. It would bother me for 20 bucks, but it would not bother me for $4. $4, $5 and under for this many. I look at it this way. Every point of articulation should be $1 or less. So for 5 POA, $5 or less is perfect. If you wanted me to pay more, you better amp the articulation, or I also consider accessories as part of the thing. So let's see if he truly does have 5 POA. So first off, and I'm sorry about the light, I can't quite get it right today. There's a lot of humidity, of course. Okay, so this is not attached, so you can actually go all the way around 360 degrees on this head. I thought I was going to rip it out of the bag there for a minute. The arms also go around 360 degrees. That's 3 points of articulations. The legs can go into a sitting position. Reminds me of a lot of the Tusken Raiders when I was a kid. And they can go all the way back to a full stand, but he can't go past that. He can't do a split. So there are 5 POA. There are 2 weapons. There's a gun for both hands. So for me, like if I was to go by my rules, this would be a $7 figure or less. Because I look at it this way, you know, numbers of articulations or number of pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, then you count $8 in that. So I just kind of look at it from a gauge. Like the first time I ever bought a He-Man, the collector's edition before I joined the club, I remember I was like going, man, that's a lot to pay for a battle cap. But then when I looked at the number of points of articulation, the points out, they exceeded the dollar amount. So I was like, okay, I will go for it. He doesn't seem to hold his guns very well. Maybe I'm not getting them in there correctly. You know, one of the things that I don't like them doing is like, well, let's make it really crappy like in the olden days. No, they held their guns back in the day. So he holds his guns, but in a very weird way, and I'm not sure that's how he held them in the cartoon. If you try to put them up in the correct position, they're going to slide out. Plus, he doesn't have trigger fingers, and they just kind of go in a weird position anyway, like he's just holding the hammer part. So that looks okay, I guess. He does definitely remind me of a Brave Star villain. And again, sorry about the lighting. There's not much lighting outside to help me today. All right, so let's take a look at that face. That face. And we can't take his hat off, which is actually a bonus for me because I kept on losing his other hat on the other figure. So we have red eyes, blue skin, white teeth, and then charcoal, I would guess, not quite 100% black for the, I would guess, respirator pieces. And on the top of his hat, he's got some gray on that brown and a black band going around it. His clothing is pretty mute. I mean, it's 2 different shades of brown with black on his belt going across here. Then the Goin hoister pants, which are going underneath his cloak. That's where his guns would go if you could put them in there. And the boots, looking pretty good. And he's got the traditional holes in his feet. On the back, we have information printed on his back of his legs. And his hands are painted blue on the fingers, brown, and then a darker blue. And I almost want to say there's other colors blended in, like they painted it black first and then painted blue over it, because it looks like on the edges where the paint gets thinner, it looks a little black there. He's got black tubing going from his hands. So the only thing that I don't like is these guns do not hold in very tightly no matter which way you put them in. So that is not a good thing. And there's also not holsters to put him in the guns in. That's another negative, but you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So Cad Bane, the information on the back is very limited. There's not any biographical information on Cad Bane, unfortunately. They didn't do that back in the day. They just had, normally, I hate all this crap. It's like, what are you writing here? A scroll? Used to they'd have pictures of all the other figures. Now they just got it listed. So it's not 100% like the retro. And I don't know why they want to make it look like it's beat up. So let me know if this is something you added to your collection. Let's see if he's able to play Pac-Man, because this is a 3 3/4, about 3 3/4 scale. So when I was playing Pac-Man as a kid, I was like 4'11", so he's probably well over 6 feet. So I don't know, because I remember looking up at that right there when I was playing as a kid. The machine was probably a little bit skinnier and taller in real life. So I'm trying to think if this is actually 3 3/4 scale machine. If I was 4'11", I'd be about, what, 5 inches tall in this universe? Not 5 inches, sorry, I'm thinking of the other way around. Thinking of the 6-inch scale. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I would be about this size whenever I first played Pac-Man. So, yeah, that's about right. Because I can still reach the little joystick just right. And if I was on roller skates, I'd be a little bit higher up. Which, they didn't have that at my skating rink. They had Donkey Kong at the skating rink. I remember playing Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Alright. Let me know if you picked up Star Wars for your collection. And if you picked up the Pac-Man machine as a bonus, kudos. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.